Alright guys, part 3, and I'm going to go into the skin tone and show you how it just pops, because right now she looks like a ghost. But I am using, I'm going to use blush pink, which is 10. It doesn't really matter on this symbol. It is a matter of, right now I have 215, but one's dry. I have 214 markers, and it really just goes by this. But I have 150 colors. Awesome deal, trust me. Stalk eBay. Anyway, I wanted to show you the difference between the older markers. These markers are about 2 years old, and they last forever. I have a follower who said that she's got markers from Prisma from the 70s and from the 80s that still are super wet. And just like Copics, they do have refills. What the cool thing about this is, okay, now they do come in 2 different tips, as you saw in the other one. Of course, it's got the broad tip, and it's got the fine tip. But it also has the felt tip, which you guys saw, and I don't know if I have it on any of these that I have in front of me. Let me double check. Yep. And this I call like the felt tip, okay? What's really cool is I went the other day because I have like 3 of these, but I use these like crazy, and no, they have not run out on me. But this is the brand new one. And the one thing that Copic had that kind of was stealing away the market was that they had the brush tip. And I do have some Copics, but I wanted to show you that they have the brush tip. This is the felt tip, is what I call this one. Not the fine tip or the broad, but look, they have now the brush tip like Copics. Now Copics will run $7.99 to $9.99. If you're lucky, you can get them for $4 or $5. If you go to Michael's, they have them for like $6.99, I think, or $5.99. But buy them on eBay, they're like $3 or $4, no joke. But to me, they're better. Especially now, if you get this new design. This is the older design. This is the new design. And Copics no longer has market on them. So, here, let me go in and show you. This is Light Peach 12. And again, I suggest with when you do stamped images, when you stamp them with archival ink, and it has to be archival or it will bleed, stamp them 3 or 4, maybe 5 days out. Let them soak really well so that any markers are going to make them bleed. But if you let them sit for a while, for a couple days, it'll soak so far into the paper there'd be no bleeding. Now, I did find even with the Copics, they will make them bleed a little bit. But this one, really, I haven't seen bleed too much. All of them make them bleed. I have markers of all kinds. I've had Bic, I've had magic markers, I've had Copics. I did have 1 or 2 Spectrum Noirals. And if you notice, I did leave out the grays, and I wanted to show you that because we're going to do this in sections so that you guys can pick and choose the sections you want to see. Now, I'm just slightly going around the eyes one more time. And I'm doing her skin tone. Now, you'll see as it starts to pop. Now, if it looks like it's wet or dry in areas, don't worry about it because it's just drying in different stages. So you can see how the hair is just popping now. You can see that. Again, it's drying in different stages. Now I'm going to do down here around her neck. And I'm going to do her arm right here. And her other arm. I just love the fact that they now have a brush tip. Which super excited me. Because as I start to replace the tips, I can now buy the brush tips over the broad tip. Because I really don't like the broad tip. So, eat your heart out, Copics, because these I have found from using Copics, Copics will dry super fast out, and you will use them fast. This one here, and I use it all the time because it's a different tip. I have used that thing on about 200 images so far, and it's nowhere near dry. If I did that with a Copic, it would be dry at about 100. But that's my quote on it. Now, let me go to this spot right here again. And there's a little spot here. So her skin is done per se, but I did say that I got out the blush pink for a reason. I want to do her skin a little bit. Now I'm going to use the broad tip here, and I'm just going to go, everybody's different. And I'm going to go in, and I'm just putting it in. It's not a big deal. Because you're going to see how I do this. Yeah, it looks funny. I get that. Okay. She looks like a clown. No big deal. So, I'm going to take the light peach again. Yeah, the light peach again. And I'm going to go back over this. And again, the lighter color on a darker color, all it does is thin it down, just like the colorless. Again, if you do it while it's wet, it'll blend even better. And I'm going to come back to her on that part in a minute. Because it's like super wet. You can even see it. I just love it. I'm going to go back through just a little bit up and through here so it looks like it works even more together. I don't know why everybody makes a big deal out of coloring. It's really not that hard, guys. And I hope that these videos that I do for you help make a big difference. Now you can see she's got rosy cheeks. Now she's drying. See how cute? Just a quick rosy cheek. So now I do shade her. Now I'm going to go like I did before on the hair. We're going to go from a little bit of light, and I use the fine tip. And I'm going to go outside the hairline because I'm going to look at the sun is going this way or going this way. So it's going to shade a little bit. Again, don't panic. You might think this is weird. It's not. Now I'm going to do a little on her ear. And I'd go a little on her shirt, but I guess I don't really have her shirt colored, but it's okay. I'm going under the shirt line. And again, I'm going to do her in stages. Now, and that was the 70%. This is now the 50%. And I just go underneath it once again. And I don't even think that you guys on my Facebook page notice this, but I do hairline shading and under the chin shading. And I'm going to do her ear a little bit again. And then I'm just going to keep going. And that was the 50%. I'm going to go to the 40%. Yes. And again, the lighter you go, the more it smooths out the color before. But you want to roll over the color before so it thins down the coloring. Again, the lighter over the darker and it thins it out. And again, it might freak you out, but again, don't worry. We're working on it and it's starting to smooth out. Now this is the 20%, and again, I really wouldn't go below this because this thins it really bad, and I'd be very careful. And again, I'm going over darker and lighter areas with the same marker, and it thins it out. And over the ear to thin it out a little bit so you can see her ear, like she's got a tip in her ear. Now this is the way I do it. I do go back over one more time with the light peach. So this is light peach. This is my favorite. And as you can see that it thins it back in. And it works right back into it. I just love this. I love it, I love it, I love it. Now I'm just going to do this because I haven't got to the shirt. So, now I will work my way down, but there you go. There's video 3, and that is on the face. Super cutie. And you can see her hair is all shaded down through here with the shading from the sunlight. Anyway, I'm going to move down the shirt to the pants and to the shoes. It'll be video 4 and 5. Okay, bye.